Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk about which manufacturers have access to the supercharger network now that it's been opened and why that is important. Here's a bit of backstory. In May of 2023, the CEO of Ford had a Twitter Space talk with Elon Musk wherein he announced that 2024 Ford vehicles would be able to access the supercharger network. They would be able to do this via an adapter, and that in 2025 the NACS, aka North American Charging Standard, would come standard on all Ford electric vehicles. This was a shock to many people, and it turned out to be the first domino to fall of many. Within a few weeks, GM followed suit, and the current list of manufacturers that have access to the supercharging network are Rivian, Volvo, Polestar, Mercedes, Nissan, Honda, Jaguar, Kia, Hyundai, Genesis, BMW, Mini, Rolls-Royce, Toyota, Lexus, Subaru, Lucid, Volkswagen, Audi, and Porsche. I'm going to note right now that not all of these manufacturers have access right this moment. Some will be gaining access later in 2024, but I do believe that all of their vehicles will have access to the NACS hardware coming standard in 2025. Now why is this important? After all, why don't the other manufacturers just make their own charging network? They actually are, and I intend to do a video on this joint venture later, but they are a little bit late to the party. Tesla started building its supercharging network over 10 years ago at this point. You can now travel most of the US and Europe using the supercharging network. Many other countries have come a long way, and Tesla continues to build out chargers so that more and more people can use its chargers. From what I understand, they finished building a charger once every 14 hours. It's truly becoming a ubiquitous network. You may be asking yourself, but wait Kevin, you've said that over 90% of trips are under 30 miles, and that the vast majority of charging takes place at home. Why is it so important to have a good charging network? Well, the answer is for both the other 10% of trips, which number in the millions, and the fact that not everyone has access to charging at home. Sometimes people have to use a charging network if they went electric and live in an apartment, for example. You may ask yourself, why would Tesla do this? They could crush the competition if they just kept their supercharging network as a walled garden. People who have this thought don't understand Tesla's mission, to accelerate the transition to sustainable transport. As Musk has said, if you're on a boat that's sinking and you have the ability to make a bucket, you should share this ability with everybody around you so that everyone can help. Besides, Tesla is already crushing basically all the competition. Even with this change, the only company that is really competitive with them is BYD, and I'll be doing a video on them shortly. Some people may think this will only increase congestion at supercharger sites. After all, some of them are already congested. Won't this just make that worse? Well, considering that Tesla is still the world's #1 seller of electric vehicles, adding the largely immaterial amounts the other manufacturers have sold won't really make much of a difference. Also, most of the supercharging networks aren't that congested. It's mostly a few in California, and Tesla is working on building those out. Why is the supercharging network so desirable? Well, it has one plug for charging levels 1, 2, and 3. Every other manufacturer decided to go with J1772 for level 1 and 2, and CCS or CHAdeMO for level 3. This requires more hardware and more complexity. Tesla's charger is just superior. Also, it has 99% uptime for its charges. Other networks don't even come close. Volkswagen has had so much trouble with its network, Electrify America, that it just decided to join Tesla's. So if your car's manufacturer is on the list, congratulations! You'll be able to access the world's best charging network at some point this year. And on that note, happy charging!